Have you ever asked a question, why are video games so expensive? Every time a new game drops, people flood the comments with the same question. $70? That game sounds a little outrageous. But here's the thing. Video games actually haven't changed much in price over the last 40 years. It just feels like they have, because everything else around them have changed. The way we play, how games are made, and how companies price them. Let's break it down. Let's rewind to 1985, when the original Super Mario Bros. Hit store shelves. It sold for around $25, which doesn't sound that bad until you adjust that for inflation. That's about $74.31 in today's money. So, if you've ever paid $70 for Elden Ring or Spider Man 2, congratulations. You basically paid a 1985 price for a modern video game. Which back then, that $25 cartridge didn't have no fancy graphics, DLC, or online servers. It was a few megabytes of data on a plastic brick that somehow changed the world. Let's look at the 1990s, where gaming got a little bit more colorful and a lot more expensive. Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo games often cost between $50 and $70. And some of those larger games, like WF WrestleMania the arcade game, could easily hit $70. And some games and can even hit $100. But why so pricey? Because the technology inside the cartridge actually mattered. Some had extra memory chips or graphic processors inside to make the games run better. So in a way, you weren't just buying the game, you were buying a mini upgrade for your console. And that pattern continued with the N64, where games like Zelda Ocarina of Time also hit those same high prices. But then came the 2000s, aka the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox era. This is when we finally saw a little bit of price stability, but not for long. Most new releases in the 2000s were around $40 to $50, which felt a lot more manageable. But as graphics and technology advanced, voice acting, cinematics, and 3D engines budgets got bigger, and slowly the $70 standard crept up again. By the time we hit the 360 and PS3 era, $60 became the new normal. That price stuck for nearly 2 decades until recently, when companies started testing $70 again. Fast forward to 2025, and that $70 price tag is back, but it's not new. It's just history repeating itself. And even now, Nintendo is testing an $80 for certain titles like Mario Kart World and some of the Switch 2 expansion titles. Meanwhile, deluxe and collector's editions can cost over $100. It's not just the sticker price, it's also add-ons, the DLC, and the microtransactions that make modern gaming feel pricier. So, if you're feeling the pain, you're not alone. But remember, adjusted for inflation, games cost about the same as they always been. Now, I'm going to talk about the consoles themselves. The NES launched for $180 in 1985. That's around $535 today. Basically, a modern PS5 price. The Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, and the N64 all cost around $150 to $300. But modern consoles, they started climbing. The Xbox Series X launched at $500, but is now up to $650. And the 2 terabyte version is now costing $800, which originally cost $600. And it's not just Xbox. PlayStation raised prices too. And even Nintendo raised the price of the original Switch, which is an 8-year-old console that can barely run AAA games at a smooth 30 FPS. It's easy to blame these companies, but production costs have exploded. In the 1980s, a game might have cost under $50,000 to make. Today, a AAA title could easily cost $100 million or more in some cases. Studios employ hundreds of thousands of people: developers, artists, voice actors, animators, and testers. There are even rumors that GTA 6 cost nearly $2 billion to develop, which would make it the most expensive entertainment project ever made. So when you see that $70 price tag, part of it simply the cost of making something that massive. Now let's talk about microtransactions. The other price increase. Back then, when you bought a video game, you owned everything. Now, you buy the base game, and the rest is locked behind DLC, cosmetics, or battle passes. From FIFA Ultimate Team Packs to Fortnite skins, microtransactions make billions every year. For some companies, it's more profitable than the games itself. So even though the box says $70, the real cost of a modern game can easily double. So here's something that gamers don't realize. Console makers often lose money selling hardware. They make it back through game sales, subscriptions like Game Pass, which just had an increase, and PlayStation Plus, accessories, controllers. So when prices go up, it's partially to offset those losses, and partially because, well, they know we'll still buy them. So who's to blame for expensive games? Honestly, it's a mix of inflation, technology, and price expectations gamers want. Massive worlds, ultra realistic graphics, and endless updates. And that takes serious money. But companies also push boundaries. If players keep paying $100 for deluxe editions, they'll keep making them. So to answer the question, why are video games so expensive? Well, because they always have been, just in different ways. It's a mix of inflation, technology, and decades-old pricing standards that still shape gaming today. So the next time you see that $70 price tag, remember, you're not paying more, you're paying what gamers have always paid, just in 2025 money. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.